Search and rescue operations continued Sunday evening nearly for full days after Champlain Tower South partially collapsed in Surfside, Florida. 9 people are confirmed dead, 152 unaccounted for, as search and rescue operations continued Sunday evening, almost for 4 days after a 12-story condominium building collapsed in Florida. Champlain South Tower South partially collapsed on the first time. Miami Beach. The families of missing were allowed to privately visit the site for the first time Sunday, according to Miami-Dade. Mayor Levine Cava on Saturday ordered a 30-day audit of all residential properties 5 stories or higher that are 40 years or older and fall under the county's jurisdiction. The mayor encouraged cities to do their own building reviews as well. Okay, Adam, you had a chance to go visit this.
Yeah.
What's it looking like there right now?
Well,
Kai, can you pull it up so people can see the site?
Yeah, of course. This story, I think, broke on Thursday.
Yep.
And this story literally and figuratively hits close to home for me. Surfside is just north.
By the way, people sent me the video. A friend from years ago sent me the video. I looked at the video. I thought it was one of those hotels that's coming down. You know how they detonate?
Exactly, right.
I'm like, yeah, it's detonating. So no. This is not detonating a property. This is actually out of nowhere, just collapsed.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
And USA Today does a good way of basically showing what the building was and what it is now. And it was it's like a third of the building just collapsed. So I'm not sure if USA, the graphic that they have,
click on that right
available.
there. Click on that video right there. 3 days ago. Yeah, there you go. Click on that.
Yeah, can we show this?
Yeah, we can show this.
Okay. No, that's
definitely not a shack. Then, but go ahead, keep saying it, and we'll go after
yeah,
this video.
so people, just to put it in perspective, this is just basically a mile north of what Miami Beach proper is, right? So this is, Surfside is in basically the 80s and 90s. Just north in the 90s is what's called Bal Harbor. We were at the Bal Harbor Mall a couple months ago.
St. Regis.
Exactly, all that. My sister's family lives right there in Bal Harbor. That's where I go and stay on the weekends and stay with my family. And I grew up just up the street in North Miami Beach. So this is literally close to home. And the mayor of Bal Harbor, which is the town, basically the next block over, is one of my closest friends, Gabe Groisman. He's 40 years old. He's got 5 daughters. Talk about a girl dad. He's a lawyer. He's an attorney. He's a pro-Israel, very vocal person like that. But he's also the mayor of Bal Harbor, okay? He was walking around with Governor DeSantis and just seeing what the hell's going on.
Here's a video just for the audience to see.
Look at that.
Yeah, just a scary thought to see that just...
And then this tower comes down. Watch this. Yeah. So the problem that I have with this, I mean, this is a sad situation. I don't know anybody directly that lived there, but a lot of good friends of mine had family there. Like I've one, my buddy Jared, he was posting, you know, please pray for these families. I texted him. I said, well, why do you know these people? He said, these are my 5 cousins who moved here from Puerto Rico. They're all dead. The problem that I have with the media is when this story came out, and I get that this is a sensitive story, they said, building collapses, 1 person dead. Do you remember that story?
I do.
Okay, so 1 person dead. Now they're out there saying 9 people are dead and 150-something people are unaccounted for. What the hell do you mean unaccounted for? These people aren't traveling Europe right now, not responding to their cell phone. They're dead. They're full on dead. And the problem that I had is, emotionally, you hear this story, there's so much in the news right now. Oh, 1 person, oh, thank God, only 1 person. No, every single person in that building just got pancaked.
If it was unaccounted for, 3 hours, get it. Maybe they're coming back from somewhere. Well, 6 hours, get it.
A week later?
No.
Unaccounted for?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Maybe there might be a few.
That's a scary thought, by the way.
Yeah. So
you know what's really scary is that guy, Thomas Morabito, in 2018, the engineer who gave the warning about this, and nothing was done.
Yes. So a crazy interview.
I wonder how often that happens, where they give it and nobody goes and looks into it. Is that a common thing?
But here's the problem I have with it is that you can make the excuse and say, okay, during 2020 maybe they couldn't really do anything with COVID, but 2 years before that, why was nothing done?
And you talked about this earlier about the majority of houses are 40 years old, 1980, 1981. Now apparently you're the real estate expert. You've taught us a lot today. Apparently there's a 40-year recertification of buildings. This building was built
40 years ago
in 1981.
Yeah.
So something was up with this building. Something, I don't know how it passed its code. I don't know what kind of fraud was going on here. I think number one, focusing on the moment, focusing on the now, cleaning this up. But bigger picture, like we're talking about real estate, we're talking about South Florida, we're here. is they need to go at every single building that's, 35
what the mayor
plus.
said.
Yes.
Yeah.
And figure this the hell out, because you also talk about New Yorkers who are moving here in flux. We were touching on that earlier. A lot of people are looking and saying, I was considering maybe buying a condo in South Florida. Maybe I was moving to South Florida. I'm not so sure about that now. Because, climate change is real. It's happening. Whether it's man-made or not, I think that's a debate. But, there's a rising tides here.
Imagine living in that building. Go back to the picture. Imagine you're living in the building right next door. Hey, come home, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I'll see you tonight. Like, imagine you're the one that's standing. What are you doing if are you going back? Let me go get my stuff upstairs. I'm not doing it. You go get it.
How the hell do you sleep at night
That's
if you're the building
point.
next
Like,
door?
if you got kids, are you going to be able to sleep there if you got kids?
You're not sleeping there.
You're not sleeping there.
What do you do with all your stuff? It's just up there, all your
Well, thank God you're
valuables.
alive. Number one, thank God you're alive. You just got now try reselling that. That's condos. Try selling that condo.
And Adam's point about people being a little skittish, I mean, you have to look at age, because this was a little bit older, number one. And number two, if it's right on the water, you get that corrosive nature of it. So maybe if it's a little bit further back, a little less to worry about. But this is definitely something that's going to make people think twice about.
Well, they were basically saying that they went into the garage and they were showing what the hell was going on down there. And there were cracks, and it's, obviously the pool right there. So you look at this, and look, we've never seen anything like this. It's insane. It starts falling from the top, and then crack. But basically what I understand here is the bottom implodes, and then the floor above that falls, and then the floor above that, it's like a pancake effect. So visually, it looks like it's falling from the top, but no, the bottom is crumbling, and then each floor, boom, boom, boom. So imagine a floor falling on top of you, and then the floor on top of that falling on top of you. You're not surviving that. I mean, it's insane here.
152. I wonder how long it's going to. By the way, the whole thing with you're saying is there fraud? I don't think it's fraud. There's a lot of buildings you go to where the elevator inspection is supposed to be done once every 12 months, and you see the inspection. Some buildings haven't been done for 3 or 4 years. It's just a lack of paying attention to details, right? That's really all it is. You got a lot. How many elevators in America haven't been inspected on time today? Think about it. A lot of them. And how many buildings like this you think they haven't been inspected? I bet there's a lot in America that haven't been inspected. So think about how many others are sitting there thinking about this, saying, well, what about my building? Like, how many people went and knocked on their property manager's door and saying, hey, when is the last time we inspected this
in the last week? Every single one of those buildings, of course.
Oh, not just in Miami. Yes. I tell you, there's a lot of old buildings in America today. Tenants are going and saying, hey, Johnny, just out of curiosity, when did we last inspect this building? When do we last inspect it? It's something to be thinking about. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.